9 on Friday evening, May 1st. By this time, my watch has told me it's time to go to bed. But I am wanting to make some beans, and they can just go all night, so I wanted to show you how to do that. This morning, I put the beans to soak, and they need to soak for a good 8 hours. These have been soaking longer than that. So then you just rinse them. You need 2 pounds of beans, and the pictures will show you that. I typically like the navy small ones, but you just, whatever kind of bean you like is fine. Some like the yellow eye. So you just rinse them off good. Shake them out. And just go over them just to make sure there's no rocks or anything in them. They're usually pretty good. So then I use a crock pot. I love my crock pot. So you just dump it in your crock pot. Now this recipe that I'm going to give you was my dad's recipe. My dad's been gone for, well, since 2012. So I think of him fondly. I'm not a bean lover, but they freeze well and they're good for you. So I do make them. So we'll get started. So once you just get your beans in there, it's pretty much just throwing everything in. The key is having your water boiling. So in this recipe, we're putting in 3/4 cups of molasses. Okay, so you just want to pour that in over the top really good. I am tired. So I've been up since 4. Okay, so then you have 3/4 cups of brown sugar. Now, I will be honest, Dad's recipe called for a 1/2 cup, but I like it better this way. Okay, so 3/4 cups of brown sugar, 3/4 cups of molasses, and then you want a tablespoon of garlic powder. Now, I am not a real big fan of garlic powder because it stays on Bruce's breath, but in this, you need to have the powder. A lot of times I'll substitute for salt, but not in this. So it does need to be a tablespoon of garlic powder. And it doesn't show up on his breath. His coffee is actually worse than the garlic lately. Then you need a tablespoon of ground mustard, or dry mustard, or sometimes I use mustard, like, you know, in the bottle, ketchup and mustard. This is the recipe. It's all wrinkly and whatever. So then we need 3 tablespoons of olive oil, because you know you got to add some healthiness to it. If you don't have olive oil, I'm sure the other kind of oil is totally fine. So 3 tablespoons of that, and you need a tablespoon of black pepper. And you need your pork fat. Now, I was going to save you a piece to show you what I do. Sometimes pork fat is really hard to cut. So it's better if it is a little bit frozen. But anyway, tonight mine was a little bit frozen, so I just take my kitchen scissors, which I love, and you just cut. It's just real slick. I love kitchen scissors. Use them for a lot. So just throw that in there. Out of the beans, I should not tell you this, but this is my favorite part. As a kid, I'd always search through the beans for that part. Probably like why I look like I do. Okay, so then you need an onion. I don't slice my onion up because I don't want a bunch of slices in there, and Dad never did. He just quartered them like that and just laid them in there. Mix that. I had the water mostly heated, so I'm just going to let that set there. I want to make sure the water's boiling. Now it's a very, very, very important. These are covered. It'll be about 10 cups, maybe 12 cups of water. I'm trying to think how many cups is in this thing. I don't know. I think it's like 12 cups. It says it's in milliliters, and I don't do liters and stuff. It needs to be boiling, believe me. One year at camp meeting, one of the cooks, I'm not going to say her name, forgot to put boiling water on them, and 8 hours later the beans were still very hard. Now, a lot of people soak their beans and then they parboil them. You don't need to do that. If you're going to parboil them, don't bother soaking them. You're just causing yourself double duty. I soaked them 8 hours, pour boiling water over them, and that's it. That's all you do. You mix it up well. I'm going to bring the camera over in a minute and show you what it looks like, and then I'm going to plug her in, and I'm going to let it go all night long, and in the morning, they will be ready. Oh wait, did I put liquid smoke in it? No, I didn't put liquid smoke in it. This makes it 3 tablespoons. I'm just making sure I didn't do it. 3 tablespoons of liquid smoke. A lot of people don't have that, but it just really, really adds to the flavor of the beans. This one is called Wright's Liquid Smoke. Bruce couldn't find it the last time and ended up with Stubbs Hickory Liquid Smoke. This is okay, but I like the Wright's better. Not that it really probably matters to you, but it does to me. So I'll bring the camera over and show you what it looks like. Okay. Don't forget, it's a must that it's boiling water. I'm just going to slide it over the wall and say good evening, and we'll be back in the morning. Good morning and welcome to Cooking with Sally J. Just wanted to show you what the beans look like, and then I'm going to add to this video the dinner rolls, but I'm going to do something different with them. So I'm just going to bring the camera over so you can see the beans well. I need to get a spoon first, I guess. I don't think I told you last night to make sure your crock pot is on low for that length of time, because I cooked a good 10 hours. See? Look how yummy. And like, they had plenty of water. Some people might think, you know, you need to add water. You do need to add water if they start to thicken and swell up and all that stuff. But I made sure they were covered really, really good. Like I said, I probably had 12 cups of boiling water, but remember, that is the key to that, is boiling water. Now I'm going to freeze most of these. They freeze very, very well. I get those containers that you do for tag sales, but any kind of container, Ziploc bag, anything like that would work really well. I'm also going to deliver some to a friend today. It's her birthday, and I thought, well, I asked her if she'd like some beans, and she said she would, so I was going to make some rolls, but I'm going to do something different with them, which I'm going to add to this video. Okay, welcome back to Cooking with Sally J. This is our bean segment, baked bean segment, but I want to show you something different with the dinner rolls, because when you have baked beans, you need to have rolls. It just goes with it. But I want to do them different, the shaping this time. So here's our bread, and we got this cupcake pan. I'm going to show you that first. Ignore the stuff behind me because I was trying to make whoopie pies and I keep getting sidetracked, so not happening yet. Just spray your pan really good. Okay? And sometimes it's nice, these dinner rolls I'm giving away, and sometimes it's nice just to make them a little fancier. You just take your, last time when we made the rolls we went like this. We're gonna kind of do that, but we're gonna do little ones. So you want like a really little one, and just put it right in your thing, in your cupcake thing. You guys, I'm really trying to stop saying thing and that, but Alright. So you just want them, you really don't want them very big because you want to fit 3 into your pan. So I'm going to try something different next time than that. Just shape them into a ball and sit them side by side in your pan. What I'm going to do this time that might work better is make my little round ball that I would make for my pan, like that, see? And then divide it into 3. That would probably be better. Perfect. Okay, so like that, see? I'm not going to keep going with that because I want to show you something else. I will do that, keep going with that in a minute. So as you can see here, I have a little flour on a pad. And I'm going to just take a little dough and see that going all over the floor. I made the beans on Friday night to let it cook off the night because I have this rebellious streak in me. I don't have a big one, but there's something about just because everybody does it on a certain day, I don't want to do it. Like Mom always made us house clean on a Saturday. Like seriously, you went to school every day and Saturday, what you got to look forward to was cleaning. Well, I do not, because I don't like that. I like to have Saturdays to do what I want to do, and I still have very few Saturdays that I can do what I want to do. It's like beans. Everybody has to have Saturday night beans. Well, I make them in the middle of the week just to say I didn't make them on Saturday. Alright, so we got that just rolled out into a ball. And what I'm going to do is we're going to make wedges out of them. So you're just going to kind of cut this like it's a pie. I don't do this often, so you know what, I'm kind of experimenting with you guys. So pretend it's a pizza or something. And as you can see, I really don't worry about being perfect. So I'm thinking we can probably get... Now I'm not gonna, okay. So then you're gonna start at the point. So see, it looks just like a little wedge. Just start at the point and roll it. I don't know if I like that. Don't start at the point and roll it. Start at the wide part and roll it. See, that's why it's good to do this, because I'm learning right with you. I didn't spray my pan, so make sure you spray your pan. And you can just You can put cheese in them. I'm leaving these plain, but you could grate some cheese on them. You know, put a little bit of butter. Cinnamon and sugar would be awesome. So now watch me do this correctly. You're going to start at the wide end. And you're just going to roll it. And it makes a nice little crescent. And with your dinner roll, with that dinner roll recipe, which you just need to go into my videos and find the dinner roll recipe, you can do this with that, as well as the clover type. And the other thing that you can do with this, when your dough is ready, like I'm doing right now, you can roll them and put them in your pan, and you can set them in the fridge covered for, you know, I wouldn't do it more than a day. I would probably bake them off within the next day or so, but you can refrigerate them until you're ready to bake them off. Okay, so that is your dinner rolls with your beans.